and gentlemen, to another episode of the Archie Tech Experience. Full disclaimer, I'm about to go on a little bit of a tirade right now. I'm frustrated. I am very frustrated. And before I get into why I'm frustrated, um, let me just say that for a long time, I felt like something was wrong with me, right? I felt like I didn't fit in with society unless it was the more undesirable part of society. For a long time, I felt like I didn't belong, right? Like I didn't fit in with society. And the more that I work on myself and do the inner work, and the more that I process, these things, I realize that although it may be true that I do have some mental health issues, I'm not denying that. But it's also just as true that I'm living in a world that caused those mental health issues. So even though I'm doing the inner work, those things that I see that make me uncomfortable, those things don't disappear. Those things, so let me just, I've been clean from drugs for a little over 17 months now. And um a lot of people say I don't seem like that type of person. I don't look like that type of person. I don't look like I've been through a lot of the things that I have been through. So let me just tell you that I have, and I have been clean for over 17 months from hard drugs too, not the small stuff. And if if don't judge a book by its cover was a person, it would be me, right? So just to establish a little bit of context to what I'm about to say, um, I'm fairly new here, right? I'm fairly new here. Just now starting to get the hang of this, like real world stuff, adulting stuff, and a lot of things still kind of set me off. Not enough to the point where I want to relapse, because I think that I've learned my lesson. That's not going to work. It doesn't help. It really only ever makes things worse, right? So this is what happened today. I am at work. I'm scrolling through YouTube as one does at work. I'm not the only one. You know what I'm saying? Don't judge. We've all done it. So I'm at work and I'm going through YouTube. I usually watch like highlights, right? I watch a little bit of MSNBC. I'll watch a little bit of Fox News. I watch a lot of Stay Free with Russell Brand, right? And then I'll also watch some battle rap clips. I'm a battle rap fan. Every now and then, when I run out of headlines that I'm actually interested in, I'll see some pop culture, mainstream type of stuff, and I'll click on it. And it always kind of upsets me how much energy is poured into these things, right? And live and let live is my motto. Like whatever you're into, I like go you do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really a pop kind of person. Those things really don't interest me. But if it does, if it interests you, I say, you know what I mean? Do what makes you happy. Escapism never hurt anybody, right? But I do recognize it as an addiction. As someone that is familiar with addiction, escapism is absolutely an addiction. So I I scroll and I stumble upon this Keke Palmer breaks up with Darius on TikTok kind of headline thing. And I'm like, well, I'm super bored. I shouldn't be bored because I got a ton of work, but escapism, right? So I'm like, let me just watch this one last thing. And I do that about 5 times before I actually do the job that I'm paid to be here for. So I click on it, and first of all, the way that this person is reporting on it really kind of upsets me, because because he's like showing these videos of Keke Palmer. She's on TikTok, she's dancing, and the person's like, Keke Palmer breaks up with her boyfriend. She's taking it well. And I'm like, but how do we know she's taking it well? How do we know that? We don't really know that. And before you guys are like, why do you care so much about this? Just bear with me, right? So I'm like, how we don't know that she's taking it well. I've been on the verge of a mental breakdown and posted a 15-second TikTok of me smiling. And then as soon as I cut the camera off and post the video, I'm back in, you know what I'm saying, default depressed mode, right? So we don't know that she's taking a while. And they're like, she's so strong. She unfollowed Darius. And I'm like, first of all, who the hell is Darius? I don't even know what's going on here. But I'm like, that doesn't sit well with me because how do we know that she's handling it well because she unfollowed them? She could be at home in her pajamas with a tub of ice cream watching Lifetime for all we know. This person probably doesn't know her. Chances are it doesn't know her. I don't know her. I've never met Keke Palmer. I've never slid into her DMs. I don't know anyone that knows Keke Palmer. So off the rip, I'm like, this is really irritating me how this is being reported on, right? And then they get into Darius and they're like, Darius, on the other hand, is not handling this breakup well. He's deleted all of her pictures off of Instagram. And I'm like, how do we know that that means he's not taking it well? How do we know that? For all we know, he's already moved on. And the girl that he's seeing made him take pictures of his ex down. We don't know. We don't know. I don't know Darius. I never heard of him until today. I don't know. We don't know, right? So it was frustrating to me, not how it was being reported, which was clearly inaccurate, but that so many people look to this news and pour so much energy into it and have an opinion on it, right? And the reason is because there's just so many other issues in the world that we could be pouring the same amount of issues into. For example, the only time real matters get this type of attention is when there's a mass shooting or an unarmed Black person dies at the hands of the police. There's like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks tops of protest. And then we're back hearing about what celebrities do. And then let me just say this too. So I'm off that, right? I'm like, I don't care about this stuff. And it's pissing me off that so many other people care about it, not because they care about it, because there's so many other more important issues that people don't show that same energy towards, right? So I'm on my way home. I'm still scrolling things. Now I'm off of YouTube. I'm off YouTube. I'm off these reels. They feed, and that's another thing. Let me just say that it seems like the algorithm is force feeding me these things that I have no appetite for. And I started thinking, like, what have I clicked on in the last week and a half, 2 weeks that would make YouTube think that I care about who Keke Palmer not only is dating, but who she's breaking up with and how she's handling it, how she feels about it. I don't care about that. Why is the algorithm feeding me this stuff? I obviously don't care. Is it because I click on battle raps? Is that it? I don't know. So I'm like, why does it keep feeding me this thing? This is because this is not the first time. I see things like this on my YouTube page all the time, and I barely ever click on it. The only time I will ever click on it is like today, if I'm super bored and trying to put off doing actual work for for like a 3 minute, you know what I'm saying? 3 minute escape, boom. That's the only time. I don't click on it. I don't care about that stuff. And then and this is what really set me off to where I'm like, I gotta post about it, right? Because and this is another thing. One of the things that I realized is that like the issues that I get frustrated by are not issues that I shouldn't be frustrated by, right? So like I was saying in the beginning, for so long I felt like I was the problem. Like, why do I care about this stuff? Nobody else cares about this. It's a me thing, right? And I think that everybody is frustrated by these same things, but they feel helpless. I think. I don't know. I don't know everybody in the world. But that's what I get out of like when I'm trying to process these things. I'm like, no, it's not that people don't care. It's just that they feel helpless and that they can't do anything. And so they would rather pour their energy into these things. You know what I'm saying? Simple things. And then escapism. That's also a thing. Right. And I get that part. And so I'm scrolling and I stumble upon a Doja Cat thing. Doja Cat loses 200,000 followers because she said this. And that's the clickbait, right? They don't tell you what she said. They just say Doja Cat loses 200,000 followers because she said this. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to know what she said. Because if Keke Palmer, it had to get cheated on to unfollow her boyfriend, what could Doja Cat possibly say to make 200,000 people unfollow her? I need to know, and I need to know now. So I click on it, and it's like Doja Cat loses 200,000 fans by telling one of her fans, I don't want to butcher it. I don't remember exactly what she said. I didn't write it down. I just read it in passing. But she said something to the effect of, you guys should not care about me this much, right? Like, it's okay to, like, one of the things that she said that stuck with me though is she said it's never too late. And I'm like, she's right. Why are people so upset about this? And then the way that they were reporting on it in the article that I read was like, she obviously doesn't care about her fans. And I was watching some of my old videos today and I realized that I really need to sit up straight. So so if you see me like slouching, just put a comment and remind me that I said that I would be sitting up straight. Okay. Anyway, so I'm like, I got books falling everywhere. Crazy, right? I was frustrated today because I'm like, why does why are they reporting on it like she doesn't care about her fans? She's famous and she's rich. I'm sure she likes being rich. And she knows that one of the reasons why she's rich is because a lot of people follow her, right? A lot of people care about what she's going on. She's not telling people, don't care about me at all. What she's telling people is, don't be so infatuated with me that you want to start a fan page. And so the 200 so I leave the article and I'm like, I go to her Instagram page because I want to know now how many followers she has. And also I want to follow her because she kept it real. And I wasn't following her. I never cared about her before. I like her songs. I like a couple of, you know what I mean? I like her music. So I go to her Instagram page. The first thing I see is that she's covered in blood in the last picture that she took. And I'm like, oh no. But now I'm committed. I'm committed, right? I'm like, I'm coming here. I'm on a mission. I want to support her because 200,000 people need to listen to what she's saying. I agree with what she's saying. We get so caught up in these celebrities. I think that we forget that we can actually do things about real issues, real important issues that are happening right now. They're having a congressional hearing tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I'm really anxious about it because a lot of top military officials are saying the government's been hiding UFO technology from us for decades. And I feel like that's a big deal. If you're not into UFOs and all that stuff, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that everyone should care about this, but there are other issues out there that I think people do care about, but they just don't pour a lot of energy into it. And I feel like a lot of it, and I'm not like huge on conspiracy theories. I just use them for pastimes and entertainment. I'm not like so invested in them where I think that is actually by design. But the idea that is by design is kind of appealing because why do I get force fed this Keke Palmer stuff? I don't care about that. And it does kind of seem like we get bombarded with this stuff. Like after every issue, people are right back onto it. You know what I mean? I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that people feel helpless. But we are not helpless. If we pour the same amount of energy into humanitarian affairs, if you don't care about the UFO stuff, I get it. But humanitarian affairs, justice reform, wealth distribution, the fact that 1% of the US population controls 99% of the wealth is crazy. And if we pour the same amount of energy into changing that as we do or on Keke Palmer's breakup, or if she's grinding on Usher, things will have to change. Things will have to change, right? So Doja Cat she says to her fans, you know what I mean? don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't do that. Don't make a fan page or whatever she said to them that made them so upset. And I'm like, one woman has the power to upset 200,000 people to the point where they delete the kittens room, right? The kittens room is the fan page. They delete that, they unfollow her, they are like, and they're doing articles about it, they're reposting it everywhere. And it's like, if that same amount of energy was poured into like, oh, instead of saying like, oh my God, Doja Cat hurt my feelings because she won't let me make a fan page, that same amount of energy was like, whoa, 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 why are they calling America an incarceration nation in other countries? Why are they doing it? What's going on with these laws? If that same amount of energy was poured into that, they would change it. They would change it. I promise you they would change it. And then also, like, who decided that these entertainers and athletes get multi-million dollar contracts? Who decided this? Who decided this? I want to know who decided this, because during COVID, nurses put their lives on the line. Like, nobody knew what these things were. Nurses, police officers, teachers literally shape the future. And they're putting their lives on the line now. School shootings are at an all-time high. They could be killed at work and they make just a decent wage, and we're settling for them just getting a decent wage. A lot of them have to buy their school supplies on their own, out of their own pocket, and we're okay with that, while entertainers and athletes get multi-million dollar deals. We can't distribute that wealth a little bit differently. That's absurd to me. Doja Cat never did nothing for me. Doja Cat never did anything for me, but I remember every single teacher's name that I ever had, and I know I'm not the only person, right? And the only reason that I know Doja Cat's name is because she makes good music. That's it. I can make good music on my own. I don't really need Doja Cat. I can make a song just as good as hers, probably. Probably not. But you see where I'm going with this. Like, in all seriousness, you see where I'm going with this. Who decided? Where was the conference held that where they determined that, okay, athletes and entertainers are going to get multi-million dollars, and then teachers, law enforcement, healthcare workers, they'll get a little bit of the pie? Who decided that? Where was that conference? Because I think that in 2023 we need to have another one. We need to have another one, and I want to be sitting on that conference. And I know I'm not the only person that feels that way. That's what I'm saying. And that's what's so frustrating about it. It's like, I know people care. And the only explanation that I could think of when I'm processing this, why people don't pour the same energy into it, is because they don't feel like anything will get done. And I'll tell you, small things give me hope. In the battle rap world, there's a battle rapper, Easy the Block Captain, and he took on a machine. If you don't follow battle rap, you won't get it, and I'm not going to go into detail about it, right? But he took on a machine, one of the biggest platforms in the world, and he's winning. And that's why he's my favorite battle rapper right now. He's not really even in my top 5 lyrical battle rappers, but he's my favorite battle rapper right now because I want to see him keep winning. He's great. He's the best battle rapper in the world right now. Irrelevant, but he is. But the reason why he's my favorite right now is because he went against a machine and won. And it gives me hope, because if he can do that there, if enough of us come together, you know what I think? I think all of us should take one of our favorite celebrities right now, and unfollow them. Unfollow at least one. Take one of your favorite celebrities, because I get it. Escapism is addicting, right? So we'll ease into this. We'll ease in, as long as it's not me. Don't unfollow me, right? Because there's important work to be done. Trust me. Don't unfollow me, but take one of your favorite celebrities with over 1 million followers and unfollow them, and then we'll do this like month by month until, if it was up to me, we will unfollow every celebrity and follow Doja Cat, only Doja Cat, because she's the only one that's being honest and real and raw about it. And 200,000 people couldn't handle it. And hopefully, out of those 200,000 people, at least 25,000 really sit with that and really think about why they felt so strongly about that, why they felt so disrespected by a woman that's rich as AF and never met them in person, doesn't care about them. I'm a huge Jay-Z fan. I will argue the biggest Jay-Z fan, right? If the worst thing that could happen to me happened to me tomorrow, it wouldn't even come across his desk. I understand that. There's nothing that Jay-Z could do in his personal life besides if he cheated on Beyonce, I'd be like, damn, that's dumb, right? But outside of that, there's nothing that he could do that could make me not be a fan. And good and up to a certain point, right? That would make me say, you know what? I'm following him and I'll never listen to another Jay-Z song. I'm a fan of him because of his music. You know what I'm saying? Because of what he symbolizes, a success story. I'm a fan of that stuff, right? So I think that we will all do just a little bit if we all came together, right? And it's gonna take a lot more than the amount of subscribers that I got. But if let's say 5 people see this video, right? And then 5 people go tell 5 of their friends, and then the message starts like that, and then the message starts like that, and then next thing you know, celebrities start losing value, and then that wealth gets distributed to us, the people that actually deserve it. I mean, come on. So I don't know. That just got under my skin today a little bit, and I know that I got some issues. I'm working on me as well. I got a lot of changes that I need to make. I shouldn't maybe have got so worked up about that, but I do, and it's because not anything that I'm going through personally. It's because I care so much about the world and you guys. I really do. That I just see these things that seem so unfair and so easy to change, and yet it seems like nobody else is doing anything to make these necessary changes. And it would take all of us together. It would take all of us together. So that's just where I'm at with it today. That's the end of my rant. That's my tirade. I love you guys. I really do. And I want everyone to come together. Love yourselves first, obviously, and then let that love pour out to the people around you, and then hope that that love that they receive from you pours out into the people around them. And that's how you can change the world, even with just one person, one day at a time. Keep going with me. I really do love you guys.